Hi, I'm Darren from Clyde Broadcast, and in this video I'm going to show you how to set up the S-Radio Desktop Premium package. The desktop models replace the old starter package and transportable package. The great thing about these new models is that the mixer can connect directly into a PC, which means that your school can provide their own laptop or their own desktop PC, and the mixer will plug via a single USB cable straight into that computer. At the heart of the system is the S-Radio mixer, and you'll see that at the back of the mixer is a metal cover. This metal cover serves two purposes. Firstly, it provides a flat surface which you can put your laptop or computer onto, and in the instance of the S-Radio Desktop Premium with our 23-inch touchscreen PC, that sits nicely on the top of the mixer. The other purpose that this cover serves is to hide all of the wires so that students aren't tempted to unplug cables, perhaps put pencils into sockets and things like that. And it's been pre-wired in our factory. So at the side here, we have our speaker connections. There's a couple of phono plugs there. We have a link cable which connects across to our right speaker, and then we also have the power for our speakers just here. And it all comes out the box just like this. So we have some cables on the left hand side. If we go around to the back, you'll see that we have a power plug for our all-in-one touchscreen PC, and there's also our single USB for the control there as well. And then on the right hand side we have this link cable for our right speaker. And at the very back, down here, is our mains plug, and this is what provides power to the entire system. Also included within the desktop and the desktop premium package is our presenter's angle poise, and you can see that this fits nicely into the desktop sledge, into the receptacle just there, and then this can be adjusted for both height and also reach. Our presenter's mic sits on the front, and then at the back there's a pre-installed cable which simply plugs into the back of the mixer, and we'll be plugging in our connectors in just one moment. So at the front of our angle poise then we have the cradle or the shock mount for the microphone itself, and this very simply just twists onto the thread just here, and then we can adjust that into position. And then we have our professional presenter's microphone, and simply by squeezing the two discs on the side here we can open the hole and just place the microphone in like that, and then the other end of the cable plugs into the top, and make sure that it clicks when it's in place. And then to remove this we simply make sure that we press in the button, and then we can pull the plug out like that. Okay, so that's our presenter's microphone. The standard desktop package comes with one guest microphone, and you can see that these microphones are on banquet stands. So the banquet stands come in three parts. Actually, we have a base plate that just simply unscrews just like that. And then the top has our microphone clip, which comes in the box with the guest microphone, and you can see that that just sits onto the top there. And the microphone itself just simply pushes into the mic clip. So with the desktop premium package you get two of these guest microphones, so you have three microphones in total. And with every microphone you get a pair of headphones. So with the standard package you have two sets of headphones, and with the premium package you actually get three sets of headphones. Moving towards the back here, you can see we have our gorgeous MicLive on-air indicator, and this always has a length of cable onto it, so when this is plugged into the back of the mixer it can actually move around. The desktop premium package comes with two of these. One of them is on 10 meters of cable so that this can be mounted outside or above a door, And then the second one will always sit inside the studio on the table, which adds a really nice kind of wow factor to your radio studio, so that presenters and guests can see clearly when their microphones are live. Now, as we've already mentioned, the Desktop Premium package includes this lovely 23-inch widescreen all-in-one touchscreen PC. The standard desktop package assumes that you're going to provide your own PC. The desktop package comes with the software. So actually on this USB security dongle, this plugs into the back or into the side of your PC, and that will then authenticate the software to work with the package. Of course, with this you get a keyboard and also a mouse. In this case they're Bluetooth keyboard and mice, so you just make sure that these are in the on position when using these, and then they will connect to the PC once they're running. The nice thing with the desktop package actually is that there's a space underneath the front of the mixer so that this can be stored and is really nice and neat and compact on a standard classroom table, and you can just kind of tuck it underneath when it's not in use. Lastly, we have our two speakers, our stereo pair of speakers, and you can see that one of these has a connector plug on the end of it, and this is the one that connects into the side of the mixer, the cable that's coming out the side just there. And then the right speaker just has the link cable that's coming out the right hand side, and that just connects in just there. So let's actually put this desktop package together and see how it all connects. Okay, so here we are back in the classroom, and you can see that the desktop sledge can easily be carried around, and it sits simply on a standard classroom table. Now the mixer is pre-wired, which makes this so simple for anybody to set up. And you can see that there are just a couple of cables. So we have our mains plug just there, which connects through to an IEC block underneath, and from that we have power for the speakers and also for our computer with the Desktop Premium package. So there's the first part. We'll leave that down there until everything's been plugged in. We then have the two cables that come out the back. So this is the USB cable into your, in this case, the Desktop Premium, into the all-in-one touchscreen PC, and there's the power cable for it as well. To the right side we have the cables for our speakers. So there's the power to the speakers. We have our two phono input plugs, and then we have our link cable which runs through here and connects to the right hand speaker. Now when setting the desktop package up, the first thing that we need to do is to remove the cover. So we'll just simply lift this off the top. Remember that the all-in-one touchscreen PC is going to sit on top of that, so it's going to be really nice and secure with these cables hidden at the end. So taking the cover off the back, you can see that most of these plugs have already been pre-wired. Unlike the starter package, the old S-Radio starter package, all of these connections are done for us, so it makes the setup really quick and really simple. So the first thing we're going to do then is start to plug in some microphones, and you can see that clearly labelled on the back of the mixer is our mic 1 for the presenter, our mic 2, and our mic 3 for the guest microphones. So let's bring these onto the table. The presenter's mic is housed on an angle poise, so we take that out of the packaging and unfold this, and you can see that it sits nicely into the receptacle which is already installed from the factory into the desktop sledge. And at the front here you can see we have the microphone for our presenter's mic. To this we attach the shock mount. So here's our shock mount, and this simply threads onto the front of the angle poise, and then we can adjust it so that it sits in position. And then our presenter's microphone simply places into the shock mount. So we squeeze the clips on the side and we just push the microphone up into the middle, release the clips, and that's then sprung held in place. And the microphone cable can just simply click into place, and that's then connected. Round the back, the other end of this cable simply plugs into our mic 1 position, so we just press that into place. And just with the front end where the microphone is, when we want to unplug this cable, there is a little button labeled push, and we press that in order to unlock the cable when we want to remove it. But make sure it pushes in and clicks nice and firmly. Okay, we'll add on the other 2 microphones. So we have our guest microphone. We'll put one this side. In fact, we'll put both this side, so we can have a presenter and 2 guests. And then these cable in exactly the same place. So you take the XLR cables, and you can see that one presses in and wait for it to click. And we'll do the same with the second one. It just clicks into place, and then like the presenter's mic, these plug in to mic 2 and mic 3. There we go. And you can see that there's quite a nice amount of length on these cables, so we could place them either side or move them, put them onto a rear table if we wanted to. There's lots of flexibility with their positioning. The next thing to connect is our speakers. So you'll notice that one of the speakers has a volume control on the front of it, and on the back it has these 3 connectors. Our power with a power switch. We have the output for our link cable that goes across to the right speaker, and then we have the input, which is coming in from the mixer. So the 3 cables that come out the side of our desktop package, you can see have the 3 cables on them, and we simply plug these in as required. So there's the power. Here's our left and right in, so the red goes to the red, and in this instance the black one goes to the white just there. And then we can plug in our link cable just like so, and that's the right speaker installed. This link cable then that goes across to our right speaker, you can see feeds through and comes out the other side, and this is where we plug the right speaker. And that's our speakers taken care of. The next thing to plug in then is our Mic Live. So the Mic Live indicator would usually sit on a tabletop, and a second one, an additional one, which comes with this Desktop Premium package, connects in, and then that would sit by next to a door, on top of a door, so that people don't enter the room when the Mic Live is illuminated. So I'm just going to pop that to one side. And then this connects underneath the mixer. Let's just pull this forwards. Into this green, you'll see that there are the same shape connectors, and you'll see that it's also labeled here, the Mic Live with the on-air Mic Live indicator. So that just simply pushes into place. And that's the Mic Live connected. The next thing to plug in are the headphones. Now the standard desktop package comes with 2 microphones, so it comes with 2 sets of headphones, And this Desktop Premium package comes with 3 microphones and 3 sets of headphones. So the presenter's microphones, so that they're nice and accessible, plug into the front of the mixing desk, and you can see that on the front of the S-Radio mixer here we have a jack input, and we just simply click into place, push in our 1/4 inch jack, and that's the headphones connected for the presenter. Now our guests, of course, will be located somewhere else, usually on the side of the table or on the back of the table, so the connections for those are on the back of the mixer. And you can see that there's a little headphone logo here for our guests. So we have 2 guest headphones, so that would be for our 2nd and our 3rd microphone. And there's also a spare presenter's input here as well. So if you had a 4th set of headphones, a teacher or somebody supervising a radio course can have their own set of headphones and be listening into the show without disrupting the presenter and guests. So lastly, that just leaves our PC, and our PC sits on top of the desktop sledge. So I'm just going to put the cover back on, and this will sit on the top, just like so. And you can see that now hides all of the connections, and all that we're left with is our mains cable and also the USB cable for the PC. So let's place the PC on top. Okay, so the PC sits on top of the mixer to the right-hand side, so that there's plenty of space for the angle poise to move in front of it. And then into the PC we need to connect our Bluetooth dongle and also the security dongle for the S-Radio software. So the great thing with these all-in-one PCs is that there's a recess at the back where we can simply plug these 2 in. There we go. And then the last thing to do is just to plug in our mains cable that's at the back here, and also the USB cable. So that goes in there, and then our USB from the mixer can plug into a spare slot just in the back of the monitor, just like that. And we'll tuck the cable underneath. So that's everything connected. The last thing to do is just to plug in our mains plug and switch this on. And then moving round to the front of the desktop package, let's tie these up. We can switch the PC on, which in this case is on the side of the monitor, just there. We need to make sure that our speaker is switched on as well, so that the blue light is on, and there's just a switch on the back, on off, and this will be the volume control for our speaker output, just there. We'll wait for the PC to start up. You can see that the on-air light will illuminate. There we go. And that will switch off once we open the software. So we type in our password to start Windows. And then we launch the software. And as you launch the software, this is authenticating. It's looking at the dongle, and it's just checking that we have a license key installed. And there we have our working S-Radio Desktop Premium package. things that you might just want to try is that our Mic Live is functioning properly, so we can open one of our microphones and you'll see the light illuminate just on the front there. And using the software, we can then switch the on-air light on as well.